Two British crew members who were aboard the £30 million Bayesian superyacht when it sank off the coast of Sicily, resulting in 7 fatalities, have now come under investigation. Among the deceased were 6 passengers, including British tech billionaire Mike Lynch and his 18-year-old daughter, Hannah. The yacht's chef, Recaldo Thomas, also tragically lost his life in the incident on August 19. Italian prosecutors have identified Tim Parker-Eaton, who was responsible for the engine room on the night of the disaster, as one of the individuals under investigation, a judicial source told Reuters. Another British crew member, Matthew Griffith, who was on deck watch, is also being probed, alongside Tijs Koopmans, a 33-year-old Dutch first officer. These investigations follow the recent scrutiny of the yacht's captain, James Cutfield, who has been formally placed under investigation for manslaughter and causing the shipwreck. His lawyers have indicated that he is too emotionally shaken to answer questions at this time. Aldo Mordiglia, one of the attorneys representing Cutfield, explained that his client chose to exercise his right to remain silent during his initial interrogation. Mordiglia stated, "There were 2 reasons. He is understandably very shaken up, and secondly, us lawyers were only appointed yesterday, and we need to acquire information we do not have in order to defend him." Despite his current state, Italian prosecutors noted that Cutfield had previously been cooperative in their inquiries. The rest of the crew on the 56-meter, 184-foot luxury yacht, which sailed under a British flag, have opted to stay in Italy voluntarily to assist with the ongoing investigation. Under Italian law, being placed under investigation does not imply guilt and does not necessarily result in criminal charges. Cutfield, Parker-Eaton, and Griffith were among the 15 survivors of the tragic event that took the lives of Mr. Lynch, his daughter Hannah, Morgan Stanley International Bank Chairman Jonathan Bloomer and his wife Judy Bloomer, as well as Clifford Chance lawyer Chris Morvillo and his wife Nada Morvillo. The body of Canadian Antiguan national Recaldo Thomas was found at the scene, while the other bodies were recovered in the following days by divers. These remains were transported to the nearby village of Porticello, approximately 11 miles from Palermo, the capital of Sicily. Dive teams who performed 120 trips to the wreck on the seabed described the harrowing task of finding the victims' bodies in confined spaces, sometimes trapped beneath furniture. They brought the bodies ashore one at a time, marking a somber conclusion to the recovery efforts. Of the 22 people on board the superyacht, 15 managed to survive by escaping on a life raft, including Hannah's mother, Angela Baccarez, who is 57 years old. Italian prosecutors acknowledged that they did not conduct alcohol and drug testing on the surviving crew members due to their need for medical treatment and the shock they were experiencing. However, they have committed to rigorously questioning the sailors to uncover the truth behind the tragedy. Chief Prosecutor Ambrogio Curtosio, who is leading the investigation, has indicated that his team will examine all possible elements of responsibility, including the actions of the captain, crew, those responsible for supervision, and the yacht's manufacturer. Curtosio refuted earlier reports of a tornado warning that night, stating that the Coast Guard had not issued any such warning. He cited the ship's captain, Mr. Cutfield, as saying that the sudden change in weather caught them off guard. "We didn't see it coming," Cutfield reportedly told the Italian newspaper La Repubblica. Previously, Curtosio expressed his belief that it is probable that offenses were committed in relation to the yacht's sinking. He initiated a case of shipwreck and manslaughter, initially without targeting specific individuals. However, with new evidence, Captain Cutfield is now specifically under investigation for these charges. Curtosio highlighted the complexities of determining responsibility, stating that the sinking could potentially be the fault of various parties, including the captain, the crew, supervisory individuals, the shipbuilder, or others involved. He stressed the importance of a thorough investigation to determine the precise cause of the tragedy, saying, "We will establish each element's responsibility, that will be done by the inquiry, so we can't do that prematurely. For me, it is probable that offenses were committed, that it could be a case of manslaughter, but we can only establish that if you give us the time to investigate." He emphasized the difference between media and prosecutorial timelines, noting that the latter requires a more deliberate and scientific approach to reach conclusions. While inquiries are still in the early stages, Curtosio hinted at potential questions surrounding the crew's actions, suggesting that if the tragedy was indeed caused by negligent behavior, it would be a deeply painful revelation. Individuals or people would potentially be culpable, negligent, lack of prudence, lack of responsibility. We can't just deal with this quickly, he added. The investigation is also focused on how the Bayesian, described as unsinkable by its manufacturer, Italian shipyard Perini Navi, could have sunk so rapidly, while a nearby sailboat largely escaped damage. Prosecutors suggested that a downburst, a localized, powerful wind phenomenon associated with thunderstorms, could have caused the rapid sinking. Plans are underway to raise the Bayesian from the seabed, but first, 18,000 liters of fuel need to be removed from its tanks. This operation aims to further uncover the circumstances of the disaster and to aid the ongoing investigation into what caused the yacht, considered a marvel of modern maritime engineering, to meet such a catastrophic end. Here is a list of everyone who died in the Sicily yacht disaster. 1. Jonathan Bloomer, the chairman of investment bank Morgan Stanley and past chairman of Mike Lynch's software firm Autonomy. 2. Judy Bloomer, Jonathan's wife and a lifetime psychotherapist. 3. Christopher Morvillo, a partner at law firm Clifford Chance and Mike Lynch's lawyer. 4. Nada Morvillo, Christopher's wife and a jewelry designer. 5. Mike Lynch, British tech tycoon who had just been cleared of fraud charges in the United States. 6. Hannah Lynch, Mike Lynch's 18-year-old daughter. 7. Recaldo Thomas, a chef working on board the Bayesian yacht. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more updates on celebrity deaths and news updates.